Thanks for coming, everybody. Obviously, couldn't be more excited today to have 8 or 9 seniors out there and a great surrounding cast and bring home a second national championship in field hockey to Northwestern. I'm so incredibly grateful. I'd like to thank St. Joe's and the Michigan staff here. St. Joe's had an amazing season. You always want to bring your best when you come to a Final Four, and I think we did that today. And saved our best for last. So really excited for us, but want to congratulate them on a great season as well.
Coach, how do you assess Maddie's performance?
Maddie, who? I mean the kid. She's the best in the country, bar none. She comes every day, professional, and just makes things happen. And anytime you have her on the field, you have a chance to win.
Coach, how does a win like this, with contributions from across the board, from first years to graduate students, just speak to the work that your staff has done in the recruiting trail in years past?
Yeah, our staff works really, really hard, and the players do. They're the ones hosting and making sure they're a good fit for our culture, and they do an amazing job. But, we're going to celebrate this one. We have some great players coming in the next few years, but I'm going to enjoy this one for a few months.
Coach, 3 years ago and 3 days, you celebrated your first national title at Northwestern right here on this field with some of these seniors who you're now celebrating as freshmen and sophomores. What does it mean that it kind of gets to come full circle and you get to celebrate this at the end of their careers too?
Yeah, 39 years ago today, I won my national championship at UConn on November 24th. So all the stars aligned in every way, but to have this class go out as, arguably the best class to ever play for Northwestern makes me and my staff incredibly proud. They sacrifice a lot and they put in the work, and they deserve a nice rest now as well.
Maddie, those first 2 goals for the team you contributed to, first one you scored for yourself, second you had an assist. What are you seeing as you get behind the defense to kind of open up the field for you and others?
Yeah, well, I think Ilse and I have had that connection where we knew I could make that backdoor lead, and she's obviously a great passer. Luckily, I was open, I got to take a shot, and then on the second one, they started to close me down, and Liv is in a great position to score, and, that is a hell of a touch that she put on net, so credit to her.
Annabel, how good does it feel to go out on top?
It's so amazing. I've said this a couple times now, but I committed to Northwestern knowing what this team would be capable of with the staff and the players, and I'm just so honored and happy that it turned out exactly how I hoped it would.
Annabel, you had a shutout this game, and especially in that second quarter, I feel like St. Joe's was sort of putting a little bit of pressure. How did you hold it down throughout that game?
Honestly, I had full faith in the players in front of me. I think that we have, in my opinion, the best defensive unit in the country. I know any shots I'm getting are shots that I'm able to save because they put me in great position. So I'd say, honestly, nerves were not too high. I just trust in our team, and I think you could see it out there in the way we played.
Maddie, how would you describe just the strides this program has taken from when you first stepped on campus to now where you're celebrating your second national title?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've said it before, but Tracey and the staff have been laying the groundwork for this type of program for a while now, and I think you just bring in the right combination of players who play, Wildcat hockey, and this is what you get, and hopefully, this isn't the end of Northwestern dynasty, and we can kind of continue.
For any of you, what's the feeling like when the zero's on the clock and you guys are national champions?
Maybe relief. It's a pretty long season, but always great to end it with a win, which is pretty rare for teams. And again, coming in with this class specifically, my best friends that we went through COVID together, and we won the first one here, and now we get to win our second. It's really indescribable, I think. I have chills. But, yeah, it's really, really special.
Maddie, obviously it's been a crazy year for you. First, over the summer you represented Team USA in the Olympics. Now you're winning a national title. How would you reflect upon your 2024?
Pretty overwhelming. Very, very exciting. And, just the fact that I get the opportunity to represent Team USA on the highest level and then come here and represent my school on the highest level here is just I'm really just grateful for it. Like I said before, you know, Tracey and the staff and the team gave me so much support during my time away, which really I think helped get me into that mindset for Team USA. And then coming back, I mean, you know, you would have thought I had never left. And that's just a testament to the type of culture that we've built and, you know, just the type of people that we recruit here.
How much of a break do you plan on taking after this one?
I'm planning on not touching a stick for about a month, so a little bit of a break.
I approve that.
Yeah.
Coach, how have the past 2 seasons where you guys come painstakingly close to this stage, to the title here, but obviously, especially the shootout last year, how have those sort of fostered an enhanced sense of hunger for you for this squad?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we always set our expectations high, and we always want to vie for Big Ten and national championships. And, you know, to go to a double shootout, sudden death last year and lose it doesn't leave a good taste in anybody's mouth. But this team was special. They came out and they played every game like it was their last and didn't take anybody lightly and stepped up against those teams that really were putting pressure on us. So I had no worries that we weren't going to bring our best today.
Coach Lauren Hunter had 3 assists today. What can you say about her defensive performance and also her ability with the stick stop?
Yeah, I mean, her and Maddie are 2 of the best, and she's so dependable, and she's one of those players that always goes under the radar. She's one of the smartest hockey players we have. As you can see, she's not so fleet of foot, but she is one of the smartest players I've ever coached, and so proud to have had her here at Northwestern for 4 years.
Coach, on Annabel's first save, the ball kind of still lingered around the goal. Greta makes a great play to kind of clear it. What can you say about that play from her? That was so heads up.
Yeah, that's just so Greta. I mean, if you watch Greta, she probably had 5-6 intercepts a quarter. Again, it's the under the radar players that really help you achieve your goals. And I think her, Katie Jones, you know, Ilsa, everybody knows Ilsa, but maybe more for her attack side. And, you know, the role players that are coming in for 5 and 6 minutes a quarter, those are tough minutes to come in and to get to the level that the rest of the team is at. So, you know, it's a team game, and I thought everybody who went into the game today and the players on the sideline that brought the energy helped us bring this home.
Maddie, your 5-0 victory was tied for the largest margin of victory in championship history. How does it feel to go out with a bang like that?
I mean, obviously it was nice to kind of have that cushion at halftime, but I think at the end of the day, the score doesn't really matter. It's just as long as we have more goals than they do. And luckily, you know, really excited for Annabel to go out with another shutout, yet another. So just really, really excited for the whole team.
Annabel, how would you characterize just the work of your defense today to allow just 3 shots, including holding St. Joseph's scoreless in the second and third quarters?
Just typical, honestly. This defensive unit is so good. I said this to someone yesterday too. If you look at like the trajectory of shots that I've had over the years, this is by the lowest, like by far, and I think we've played the most number of games of every year. So I think it was an amazing performance, but it's what they do every day. It's really cool to be a part of that.
And following up on that, Annabel, you know, 3 years ago when you won the first national championship, you were one of the younger players on that defense front. Now you're one of the leaders of that. How has that changed for you, going from learning from everyone to dishing out some of that experience yourself, especially for some of the younger defenders that have been so key to this team's run?
I think the culture within, like, obviously the team has a culture as a whole, but I think there's like cultures within lines, like how we communicate with one another. I think the defensive culture is very collaborative and very direct, which is why I think we're able to get things done very effectively. So it was really cool to try, or like kind of be head of that culture to a certain extent. And then it was cool when I was a sophomore and we won, the center back at the time had competed in a national championship, and kind of like we're telling the younger kids what it was like, and now I'm in this role and there's not many of us that had won that 2021 national championship. So it's also really cool to be able to leave my teammates like with that win, and they'll carry that through and, you know, keep that culture alive.
Coach Fuchs, from 1994 to 2020, your team, Northwestern, only had 4 NCAA tournament wins and didn't go to the Final Four at all. Just at that point, did you ever imagine that you would be in this position now?
Yeah. I mean, I came to Northwestern because I knew it was a place where you could win championships, or I would have been a dog walker. So that's why I went there. They support our women's sports and support me to the highest extent. So I knew if we could put together a great staff and recruit well, that we could bring trophies home. So really happy to say that we're doing that.
Coach, what do you think enabled such a hot offensive start for you guys in this first half?
Yeah, I think I think that's been the case, really for the last month, and really a trend for the season, that we really like to start games strong on our front foot, we call it. And I thought we did that really, obviously, well today. We hit that post early. I think that was Maddie's shot. But we've been starting strong, and I think that gives energy to everybody when you can get a touch on the ball and you can move it around and play some attacking hockey.
Maddie, you had the goal to ice it against Liberty back in 2021, the second goal that sort of sealed the deal, and now, of course, the first sort of scoring. Just over your career, what do you think is going to most stand out to you when it comes to all the opportunities you've had to take and make those big shots in so many postseason moments?
I think the thing that stands out to me the most specifically with those two examples is that none of it is happening without my teammates. I think it was actually two center backs that made that pass that I was able to then, finish on cage. And I think that's just Northwestern hockey. It's like everybody being able to contribute all over the field. And I'm just really excited that I get to be, part of this team in 2021 and, today.
Coach, what's your message to the graduating seniors and graduate students?
Yeah, thank you. They've left, again, they're the best class probably to play for Northwestern, and they can be so incredibly proud of that. And, for the rest of their life, they'll be a double national champion. Great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Cats. Go Cats.